Apparently this was more of a practice game. It wasn't quite a ladder game, it was a practice game instead. But here we go, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the green Zerg player, himself. It is Ace, not Ragnar. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the Terran player, we have the blue Terran. It is Miro. Here we go. Welcome to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Games are known to be longer here on Tokamak, so that's kind of what we're leaning towards. But we'll see. We'll see how our players do open up. This is going to be a little bit higher level than the previous games, than the previous duo, just as a heads up. So the openers should be making more sense here. Again, the openers are very shaky for both players last game. A little bit more nonsensical. Speaking of, Ace does go for a drone scout for a proxy. Interesting. This is something that you typically want to avoid here, just because of your Overlord Scout. So winding it back, when it comes to your openers as a Zerg player, you should be able to scout, if not prepare for a proxy, even if you don't see the proxy itself. This second Overlord should be rallied over to scout in this area, in this location, and then double back and get back in time to see a bunker if it gets thrown down. So this is an inefficient start here from Ace, going for the initial drone scout, and the Overlord is actually being sent across the map. Oh, okay. I mean, this is the reason why, right? This is the reason why he went for the drone scout, because he's not keeping the Overlord at home. Which is typically not done just because it's inefficient. But that's our first thing to take note of here. Like, obviously there's a reason why I did it, but now we see why. Back at home, racks expand here by Miro. Does go for a standard opener. And again, Ace just going hatch gas pool. Just a little bit inefficient. Are we scouting it? Okay. As he moves out, we'll take his third base. Meanwhile, we're going for a second Rax. Okay, interesting. So early second Rax here by Miro. No playing standard. And Ace should be soon taking his own third. Does pull out a gas. Didn't pull out earlier, so it's going to be a bit of a delayed third base as he had a delayed pullout. Behind this 2-1-1 at Miro. Reaper pokes in. Yeah, much later third here. So a bit of a shaky start. Ling's out of position, one drone goes down. Yeah, shaky start here from Ace, losing almost a second drone, forced to morph in the Spore. But the early game has been shaky for our Zerg player. It's been very shaky. And we'll see if he can scout the 2-1-1. If he fails to confirm what's going on, this can catch a Zerg player completely off guard. This can be a really brutal way to open up and really brutal follow-up. 2-1-1s, they do hit around 5 minutes. It's going to be a sim timing here. Sim timing, 16 Marines, 2 medevacs across the map. The Overlord does go in, and Ace, he should confirm. He should be going a little bit further in. He sees the starports. But there could have been a third CC on the way. So incomplete information here from Ace. What I will say is that these two are clanmates, so it's possible that maybe Miro always goes 2-1-1, so you can like blindly assume what your opponent's going for. This is also a factor when it comes to like whether it's ladder play or practice games as well. You might just know how your opponent plays, and even with incomplete information, you can just make assumptions and assume correctly as well. That's also going to be a factor here. But as it stands, he is lacking that information. He's making that's a lot of links early on. We should be droning here, especially because there's no Hellion harass. That's the big issue, right? Like, because it's a 2-on-1, there are 0 Hellions, so there's no need for these lings. These should otherwise be drones, extra queens, proper saturation in towards an early Evo chamber. Gases are now being pulled back in, and now he confirms. It's a late scout. Yeah, late scout out of Ace. If he had confirmed this earlier, then he could have droned up, but he's making so many lings early on. And this is hurting Ace more than helping him. Here comes a 2-on-1. Third CC on location. Miro's moving out. And you could argue that he's like, this is already paid for itself. Like, oh, as Miro, he only moves out with 1 medevac. It looks like, yeah, it looks like a little bit of miscontrol there. It looks like he rerouted like a rally from his Raxes, but he accidentally had his medevac in the same like selection. So delayed 2-1-1 by a couple of seconds. As we mentioned, this usually hits at 5 minutes, and we're hitting like at 5:15, 5:20. So a little bit delayed. Yeah, it hits at 5:20. Gets one, gets 2 queens. Does he get all 3? He does. All 3 queens go down. And again, this is well worth it here for Miro. Does lose a medevac worth of Marines. That's 8 Marines going down. But this makes it worth it for Miro. Look at how many Lings were made here to defend, unnecessarily so. So Ace is further behind. He has a lot of drawing to do, a lot of catching up to do. Now, thankfully for Ace, Miro got his CC on location, so this can be cancelled. Up, can he force to cancel the SCV? Up, does he get it? He does. No, it finishes. Oh no. Yeah, the CC finishes. There's no punishment here. I mean, if you remember the Lings, they were here waiting outside for like 3 seconds. Like they were a little bit delayed by pushing in. That would have been everything. If he had killed that SCV, he could force a cancel, and then he'd be back in this game. So there was an opportunity, and he could have punished Miro. This is also on Miro, by the way. I will say this. So far, the build has been solid when it comes to the 2-1-1, when it comes to the opener for our Terran player. But there's a world where he gets punished for getting the CC on the low ground. So this was greedy. This was greedy. And he should have been punished for it. So I would say that to be careful about getting your CC on location. It's a little bit wild. Following this, what do we have? We do have our 4, soon to be 5 Raxes. Oh, fast double factory. Oh, interesting. That I'm not too used to this. So fast second factory here out of Miro. With this, we'll be taking gases. His third base is delayed. Ace still has a lot of drain to do. He's getting for 3 base saturation. Now we see why. Double factory into a Widowmine drop. No reaction! Yeah, no reaction here. Drones are going down. That was what, 10? Jesus. Lings, they still delayed the third at least, but yeah, delayed reactions here out of Ace. 11 drones going down in total. And yeah, Ace he's got quite a lot of catching up to do. He's going to Lingbane Muta. Oof, this is brutal. So going into Lingbane Muta requires you to have a really good economy. The reasoning for this is because mutas are quite expensive. So you do typically need momentum. You need a solid economy to be able to get away with this. Based on how this game has progressed so far, like this is a really kind of shaky kind of road to Muta play, especially considering he already scouted the Widowmines, right? Like it's already bio-mine. So Muta already has the composition he needs against mutas. So this is a really rough decision to make. And I'm not too in love with it, as Miro already has all the anti-air he needs, as opposed to, ideally against bio-mine, Hydras and Lurkers are so much better. They're so much better, so much more superior against that kind of style. That's when you force the Terran to make tanks, right? You force the Terran out of Widowmines into tank production by going Hydra. So Ace is kind of playing into what Miro already has. Let's get another queen. At this level, it might also be that maybe Ace, he always just enjoys Lingbane Muta, and that's what he always plays. But being inflexible as to what your opponent's doing, it can hurt you. Oh, going Corruptor. Okay. We're going full Heart of the Swarm on this one. If you remember, back in the day, back in Heart of the Swarm, it was actually meta. It was actually viable to go Lingbane Corruptor instead of Lingbane Muta. If you remember, Dark was very fond of it. Dark back in the day. Just because Corruptors, they're tankier, so you can make only a handful of Corruptors gain control of the skies, and then have your Lingbane, like, snowball out of control. But again, as we mentioned, like, we're kind of stumbling our way into Corruptors, into the Spire Tech. Jesus. So many mines. The Widowmines are clumped up, which is a bit of an issue, which can be punished. Lingbane rolls in. But so far, there's not enough Lingbane. Ace, he was out of position. Ooh, comes in too soon. It does force a bit of friendly fire. And we'll catch a full medevac. Oof. Brutal mine connections. Oh no! Mine jumps up on bingo. Marines, they get into the bases. Oh, and that is game ending damage. He gets the entire mineral line. Full mineral line goes down. Now it makes sense that this is not a ladder game. Like, there is a gap between the two players. It feels apparent. So we're getting into our 2-2. Building up. And again, Miro's been quite comfortable this entire game, basically. The entire game. It's been very comfortable. Wooden mines, they were preserved from the previous fight, so Miro can just reinforce, can keep pushing, can push into the bases. No splits. Ooh, delayed splits here. Yeah, delayed splits out of Miro. Creating the connections, they were better than they should have been, and he will lose everything here. Okay. And this is what Ace is relying upon here. He's relying on Miro to make mistakes. No detection, unfortunately. We have 5 overseers on the way. But like, these are the ways the Zerg player can recover. He's hoping for some miscontrol, hoping for some rough fights. Hive is on the way. We'll see where he leads us. I would assume Ultras, just because of the upgrades. But because he already has Corruptors, then it's viable to go into Broodlords from here and go for a Greater Spire. So we'll see what the plan is going to be for Ace. Okay, thank God. I was like, where are the Overseers, Pappy? There we go. Overseers come in. Miro's economy is looking brutal. He's up to 79 SCVs, getting another expansion here. Miro is ahead economically. The pressure's on Ace. Pressure is on. Hey, gets a ghost. Nice pickup. Does get a reinforcing ghost. Oh, an awkward engagement here for Ace, as he doesn't really have that much Banelings. He only has 2. With good target firing, we could focus on the Banelings, but even then he just kites back to the planetary. Miro is fine. Hive is done. What's the Hive for? Ultras or Broodlords? What's it gonna be? Where are you taking us, Pappy? We have the answer, Ultras. Going into Ultras, going into Microbial Shroud. Someone was asking about Microbial Shroud earlier, and now it's on the way here. It's going to be an interesting addition to this army. Has a lot of potential, for sure. Has potential. Get there. Oh. Ooh, lack of splits. Yeah, no pre-split, no pre-spread. Let's be careful. Very nice mine connections. Oh god, all the mines! Jesus! Almost every Zergling goes down. Fungals are connecting, but where's the ground army? It's not there anymore. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Only, what, 3 Banelings? And Miro, he can just keep pushing. He breaks expansion, he can just keep on going. There's nothing to stop him. No Lings, no Banelings. Ultra production has begun, but Ultras take a long time to produce. And Miro, he should keep pushing. Oh, keep going. There's nothing here, Pack. Keep going. He does move forward. Gets the expansion. He can get into the mineral line. 1 fungal lands, there's no follow-up. I get some Marines. And now he has to back up. This is when the ultras are now arriving, but hey, took down 2 bases. Snipes 1, snipes 2, snipes all 3 infestors. Aye, we're not going to see Microbo Shroud. And now it's time to get the hell out of here. Pick up, Happy, pick up. Okay, it does pick up. Does pull away. Ooh, miss rally. Uh-oh. Yeah, it does have to fix his rally. Has to get out of here. So pull away. And AC's running this team. He's on a 1 base economy, essentially. He has 2 patches in the main base. He has 4 patches here at the natural and 4 patches here at the third. He has no 4th. He has no 4th expansion, so Ace, it's all or nothing. He's all in. He's all in with a good amount of ultras, to be fair. But all Miro has to do is survive. Runs into the minefield, runs into the planetary. We should be seeing some snipes. Yeah, lack of snipes will make this more difficult for Miro. So no snipes, the ghosts are exposed. This is maybe the best fight possible, but there we go. Here comes some of the snipes. But yeah, really awkward engage there from Miro. He got like 1 snipe out of So again, that fight went as best as it could for Ace. Best fight he could have hoped for. Breaks the expansion. That should not have happened. Ah, no. Once again, the ghosts are forward. Does land the EMP. Ghosts are being shut down. But here comes some snipes towards the end. And Miro, he should have enough. There we go. Takes on the final ultra. Takes down the infestors, and even though Miro did lose his most important base, he still has top left. Still has a top left expansion, still has mules, still has no economy, which is more than I can say for Ace, as he just now gets his own 4th base up and running. But again, that was a really awkward fight, unfortunately, for Miro. He was lacking SimCity, but more importantly, like there were no snipes, there was no spellcasters being used. Had kind of awkward kiting against the ultras. So things got messy, so very messy. But again, I feel like the production tab tells the story here. No. I mean, Ace has larva. We can produce, Pappy. We got like 1k, 2k. Now would be the time to replenish the ultras, get more infestors. Hands off the keyboard. Oh my god. There we go. Ah, no. Feels Ace, man. Smurge. I think we saw the moment that the head was in the hands. I feel like, not like this. Here it's on Miro to recover economically, so that's something that we're lacking here is SCV production. He's only making 2 SCVs at a time. We should be making 4 if not 5 SCVs to quickly rebuild economically. So this is one of the big oversights from Miro. So lack of workers, despite having the bank to work with. Yeah, lack of sensor tower here towards the top side. Base goes down. Miro out of position. Oh! Jesus. And from here, we're perfecting our army, going to Liberators, going to Liberator range with the Fusion Core. There we go, here come the snipes. Gets 2.5, massive mine shots going up. Nice spread. At least until the end, as we do clump up. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. He can target fire. Gets the final ultra. Oh no! And does spread well enough. There we go. Spreads well enough towards the end. Takes the fight. And Miro can just chill. I mean, just chill, just calm down. Liberators show up. There, I believe, are some corruptors. Yeah, corruptors, they can respond. One, two, three. Can we get four? Four drones, not bad. Four drone kills. Let's move in. One of the ghosts almost gets caught out. Oh, nice mine shots. There are 0 infestors left. And GG gets called as AC runs out of steam, and Miro will take the game. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Does take it. Yo, Zerg troll in the chat. Ga, papi, ga. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. It's catching up. But GG, well played. Again, it was a really shaky game from Ace is what I will say. I mean, we spoke about it. Like, the early game was brutal. Miro had a really comfortable start due to his 2-on-1, due to the, I would say, inefficient setup there from Ace. Unfortunately, he failed to scout the 2-on-1 early on as well, so he had a really inefficient response. And remember, he made like over 20 Zerglings at the start of the game as well. He heavily reduced his own economy, his own drone count, his own third base saturation, his own fourth base saturation as well. So it was a really shaky setup there. Likewise, going to Spire was also questionable. Like, Corruptors, they kind of had their own moments, but at the same time, he was going into into Biomine as well. So yeah, it was kind of a shaky early to mid game there, which kind of led into, I would say, Ace kind of playing from behind for most of that game. Miro was pretty comfortable throughout. There were a couple of key moments where we had some kind of rough fights. There were some rough fights, rough engagements, but overall solid play. Towards the end, likewise, you saw like lack of saturation, lack of worker production, but overall, like the overarching play there was solid play. Miro. Sorry. No, it's fine. ¿Cuándo es la siguiente transmisión del mod de SSG Brood War? No sé, en unas semanas. No estoy tan seguro. But Joselito, he's asking in the chat about StarCraft Evolution, but I don't think I have anything scheduled yet for SC Evo. At the moment, la temporada, the season of StarCraft Evolution is, we're now in the off season. We're in the off season, so there aren't as many SC Evo tournaments at the moment, at least until the next season starts up again. So less SC Evo tournaments at the moment. So hello, Andres Duran, papi. Hello, bienvenidos. Penelope, the paranoia scout. He knows me well enough to know I can and have cheesed him multiple times. I see. Spend all my points on crew, please. True. But otherwise, that is going to be us wrapping up here. It's going to be us wrapping up, for the time being. Us wrapping up here for the time being, as we have concluded our broadcast. We covered the Pigstar Cup earlier. Likewise, we had a couple of your replays as well, a couple of them with Ragnar, with Miro as well. But otherwise, we are going to be wrapping up for the time being. Again, a bit of a shorter broadcast today, a little bit shorter. But others wrapping up. When it comes to the rest of our schedule, we should be live later on this evening, but we might not be. So you can see here on Wednesday, we were meant to be covering the WarDTV Monday cast, but replays are delayed. So we're going to be getting replays a little bit later on in the week. So most likely we're going to be moving the WarDTV Monday replay cast to the weekend. As you can see, Saturday and Sunday we have the mornings free, so I'm most likely to be moving it over to the weekend instead. It is unlikely that we're going to get the replays in time for this evening cast, so the schedule is not entirely accurate here for Wednesday specifically. Tomorrow we should be live with the Turtle Tussle. So Turtle Tussle on Thursday morning, we have the Pondcast Thursday evening, we have the Pigstar Cup, that's going to be a live cast. I mean, all these are live. On Friday we have MSO, we have STC. The only replay cast we have here were the WarDTV Mondays and the Pigstar Cup, this broadcast Pigstar Cup. Those are only replay casts. But again, I don't yet have the replays for Wardy's tournament. That should be coming in the next couple of days. So we should be we're probably going to be pushing this back a little bit further to the weekend instead. Just as a heads up, so we might not have a cast later on tonight. If not, I mean, now that means we can sleep. We can we can rest up and try to catch up on work. Try, at least try. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. With that, because I have the afternoon free, we are going to be having a cheeky ladder session. I haven't been able to ladder in a very long time. I'm very rusty. I think I've dropped like 500 MMR. It's crazy. it's a little bit unfortunate with how much we've dropped, but you know, now, especially with the season coming up, with the new map on the horizon, now is the time to get back on that ladder and back on that grind and try to get back up to where we once were. So I'm gonna have a cheeky ladder stream, probably not too long, but maybe a couple of hours just to stream, just a ladder, just to get some games in, of course, and to smurge, baby, to smurge. Let's go. I don't know how active the Australian ladder is at the moment, to be fair, but we'll find out together. So if you're interested, I do not ladder on the Cranky Ducklings. We do leave this channel exclusively for tournament casting and for team content as well, like the pond cast, or sometimes we have team games as well, but we typically leave this channel exclusively for that. I do typically live stream on my personal channel instead, over on light_VIP. So if you want to follow me there, you can. The smurge is going to be real though. Let me we're very rusty, pappy, very rusty. So we expect a wall of red when it comes to our ladder. But you know what? We got to shake the rust off at some point. So we'll get there. Otherwise, you can tune in tomorrow. For our next cast. Again, it is unlikely that we're going to be live later on tonight. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Turtle Tussle. That'll be the plan. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft, or later on this afternoon in like a couple of minutes for some ladder. Otherwise, we're going to be heading off. And thank you so much. If you want to follow us, you can do so via the socials, !socials in the chat. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things Cranky Ducklings. There we go. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so plenty of content over on YouTube. It's all there. Otherwise, until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time.